another update to the Planet Zoo 2 Zoopedia page, and this time, Frontier has added 7 more animals to our roster. And I actually really like the variety in this group. We have 3 species returning from Planet Zoo 1 and 4 completely brand new species to the franchise. And animals represented across all 3 of the big categories we've been seeing so far, so fish, flying, and land animals. So just like we've done with all the other Zoopedia updates, let's go through all 7 animals and look at some of the more interesting information Frontier included on their Zoopedia pages, and then talk a little bit about what these animals could bring to Planet Zoo 2. Let's just skip straight to what I'm personally most excited about, which is obviously the bird species, and starting with the great hornbill. The great hornbill is native to Southeast and Northern Asia and inhabits rainforests and lowland forest environments. Its most recognizable feature is obviously that enormous yellow and black bill, topped by the large structure known as a casque. Both males and females are primarily black with white areas on the neck, abdomen, thighs, and wings, although males are generally larger and have slightly different coloring around the bill and face. We actually got to see a good bit of the great hornbill during the last feature focus, particularly when Frontier was talking about the different nesting types. Because great hornbills are cavity nesters, so they were one of the species used to show off that new system. We also got to see them being used in a mixed species exhibit where they were sharing their space with a terrestrial animal, the Malayan tapirs, demonstrating that we will be able to create aviaries with both habitat and flying animals sharing the same space. Right now, we don't have a lot of Asian animals that might be compatible with sharing an aviary with a great hornbill. Obviously the Malayan tapirs, because that's the one they showed off, but other things like maybe small clawed otters or other non-predatory animals that could cohabitate with them in an exhibit. Next up is the white-tailed sea eagle, a large bird of prey found across parts of Europe and Asia. They primarily inhabit areas close to the water, including coastal areas, rivers, lakes, and wetlands. Adults have a dark brown body with a much paler head and neck, along with the white tail that gives the species its name. White-tailed sea eagles are platform nesters and usually return to the same nest year after year, continually adding new materials to their nests. Over time, those nests become absolutely enormous, made up of sticks, branches, moss, feathers, things like that. We got to see an example of a platform nest with the long-eared owls in the feature focus, so the white-tailed sea eagles will use something similar. Looking at the Zoopedia right now, the white-tailed sea eagle is only one of 3 birds of prey that we have currently listed. And unless I'm missing something, I don't think we've seen any other additional birds of prey shown in any other trailer or marketing material. I think it's just the Zoopedia page that we have. But this is definitely a group of birds that I would love to see expanded because there are so many species that I would love to have in the game. Things like burrowing owls, peregrine falcons, osprey, bald eagles, I could go on and on. That said, the white-tailed sea eagle is still a really cool choice. It's also an animal I have never actually seen in person, since it's only held at a very small number of zoos here in the United States, none of which are in California, where I live. But because of its size, I would imagine that it needs a fairly large amount of room to fly, so I think it's a really impressive species to build for because you're going to have to create this kind of large flight aviary for it to navigate. Next, we're moving back underwater. The yellow tang is an easily recognizable reef fish found in tropical waters. It's one of those species that can add a really nice pop of color to an aquarium, even if it probably isn't going to be the main focal point of that exhibit. One detail that I found really interesting that the Zoopedia page mentions, and I didn't know before, is that males change color during courtship. And that immediately makes me wonder whether this is going to be something Frontier could incorporate into the mating behavior. Or really, if these smaller fish are even going to have dedicated mating animations at all. Right now, when I picture the smaller aquarium species, I kind of imagine the population simply increasing every now and then, without a huge amount of detail being put into mating animations or juvenile models. And if that's how it works, I honestly wouldn't be upset, but it would still be really cool if little details like that color change could somehow be incorporated into the game. Those small touches are the kind of thing that make an animal feel so much more unique and alive, even if it's not one of the biggest or flashiest species in the tank. Our fourth brand new animal is the Old World Swallowtail butterfly. These butterflies are found across Europe, Asia, and North America, and they inhabit temperate environments, including woodland areas. Adults have pale yellow wings with darker markings, along with blue and black accents and reddish eye spots toward the hind wings. I honestly don't have too much to say about this one right now, but as always, more diversity within these animal groups can only be a good thing. The addition of the Old World Swallowtail brings us up to 3 butterfly species coming to Planet Zoo 2 so far, and while butterflies may not be the animals that get the biggest reactions during the Zoopedia updates, they're still important. Like if you're building a butterfly house, you don't want to just fill it with 1 or 2 species. You want to be able to display a wide variety of colors and sizes. And so upping the roster count for butterflies, again, can only be a good thing. Moving on to the returning animals, I believe these are all species that we have not yet seen the Planet Zoo 2 models for. First up, we have the Eurasian Lynx. The Eurasian Lynx is a medium-sized wild cat found throughout parts of Europe and Asia, where it inhabits temperate and boreal forests, particularly in mountainous areas. And the Eurasian lynx, along with the next animal that we're going to talk about, is another species that really highlights how much the visuals have improved between Planet Zoo 1 and Planet Zoo 2. I mean, just look at the fur. I always praised Planet Zoo 1 for its fur textures and how good they looked, but seeing how much more detailed they look now is wild. I had no idea that they could get that much better. The coat looks so much softer, the individual strands are more visible, and the entire model just feels a lot more natural and realistic. I really cannot wait until we have more than just a screenshot to compare, because I think a big difference is going to be even more obvious once we see these animals moving around in game and we see how the fur texture moves around as the animal moves. The next returning animal, which also received a pretty major visual upgrade, is the spotted hyena. Spotted hyenas live throughout sub-Saharan Africa and are highly adaptable predators capable of surviving across a wide variety of environments. They also live in extremely complex female-led groups. And because of that, I think the spotted hyena could potentially be one of the best animals for showing off some of the behavioral improvements Frontier has added to Planet Zoo 2. I would really love to see more dynamic group behavior where individuals actually react to one another and where lower ranking animals visibly yield to dominant females of the group. Vocal communication is also going to be especially important for spotted hyenas because obviously they are very well known for their so-called laugh vocalization. So this is definitely one of the animals where I am less interested in just seeing as an updated model and more interested in seeing how the entire social group behaves together and really seeing more of those dynamic behaviors Frontier has been talking about for Planet Zoo 2. And the final returning animal is a species that I know particularly well since I live within its natural range, and that is the Western Diamondback rattlesnake. Fun fact, when I was working in animal rehab, I actually went and rescued a bunch of these guys from under porches and garages, capturing and then relocating them to safer areas when they've accidentally wandered onto somebody's property. But the Western Diamondback is a venomous snake native to deserts, grasslands, and scrublands of the United States and Mexico. Its name comes from the distinctive diamond-shaped pattern created by the gray and brown scales running along its back. And when it comes to the Diamondback, I'm probably less interested in the fact that we're getting it and that it's a returning animal, and more interested in what it could tell us about how exhibit animals are going to work in Planet Zoo 2. But unfortunately, as gorgeous as the screenshot is, we really don't get much information from it. We can see the snake itself, but we really don't see anything else. The exhibit, the space it has, and obviously from a screenshot, we can't see how it moves and the animations that it has. So I'm really hoping that one of Frontier's next feature focus videos takes a deeper look at exhibits as we know them, the animals, and explains how that system has been changed and upgraded. Because at this point, we've seen a lot about the aquariums and the flying animals, improvements to breeding, updated models, but traditional exhibits are still one of the areas I feel we know the least about, and I do feel like that's on purpose. I am hoping that means Frontier has a little something special to reveal. But every week, with every Zoopedia update, the animal roster continues to grow and become more diverse. I'm especially excited with this one about both the great hornbill and the white-tailed sea eagle, just being a bird lover myself, but I'm also really curious to see more about both the spotted hyena and the Eurasian lynx. Both follow that same trend where we're seeing a lot of animals that were added to Planet Zoo 1 as later game DLC animals are coming to Planet Zoo 2 as base game animals. And even though we did get some smaller species in this update, like the yellow Tang and the old World Swallowtail, I actually really like seeing those kind of additions. They're important for making the zoo feel more realistic because no real zoo is going to be made up of entirely what I would call e-ticket animals, right? It's not going to be only lions and tigers and giraffes and big megafauna like that. You need the smaller fish, the butterflies, the reptiles, the supporting species to fill out those exhibits and make the zoo feel like a complete collection. So just because I don't necessarily have much to say about them, or because I'm personally more excited about another species, definitely does not mean that I dislike those additions. Overall, I think this is another really solid Zoopedia update. I love that we're getting big chunks of animals, where we're getting 7, 8, 9, 10 species to talk about every week. But what do you think? Out of those 7 animals, which are you most excited to see more of and then eventually build for when Planet Zoo 2 comes out? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a like if you're enjoying the Planet Zoo 2 content. But until next time, I will talk to you in the next one. Bye everyone!